My documentary is about women's rights and their identity in America. This project means a lot to me because I am a woman and I believe that women should be looked at and treated as equals. Now let me explain and let's listen to what a few other people have to say.
I would love to say that women and men were equal in the United States, but I don't think that's true. I think women are treated differently in all kinds of situations.
Okay, go.
I believe women are not equal in America because of the pay gap, and I just don't feel like they're treated equally compared to men.
So the world is changing constantly, and I feel like nowadays the women have more opportunities and more jobs, I guess.
I think women are pretty equal to men in the United States. I think one area that they aren't is in politics, and I think that you're starting to see a change in that with more women becoming more involved and being voted in. Traditionally, that's always been very male dominated, and now more and more women are starting to go into that workforce.
Women are 51% of the population but make up 19% of Congress and only a quarter of state legislators. Women are on a course to reach equality with men by 2117.
I believe that perception of women is actually occurs like right away, as soon as your first memories start. I feel like it actually starts occurring early on, but then you definitely start noticing it again in middle school and in high school, where it's kind of blatantly brought to your attention.
Go.
So access to opportunity is limited to women in a variety of different ways. The main one that I've noticed as I've grown up through our society is that job pay could definitely be impacted by not your knowledge of the content or your ability to do the job, but just by the fact that you're a female.
I feel like they have the ability to go out there and make money like men, and I don't know why people have to look at women in a certain way.
Yes, I believe women are sometimes still looked at as housewives in certain situations. They're still depicted that way on certain television shows, and they're looked at that way because they're mothers and they have children, and so they're more likely the one to stay home versus a man, and I think that's still true today. Yes, I believe women have the same educational opportunities as men today. Have they always? No. I think we've come a long ways in getting more education for women over the years.
And that starts with making sure that every girl on this planet has the kinds of opportunities you all have to get the education and to succeed. As you've heard, right now there are more than 62 million girls around the world who are not in school. Girls whose families don't think they're worthy of an education or they can't afford it. Girls who live too far away from the nearest school and have no transportation.
Compared to other countries, women in America have several more rights. There are 32 countries where women need their husband's permission to apply for a passport. Shia women in Afghanistan need their husband's permission to leave the house. Women still can't vote in Saudi Arabia and Vatican City. A man can offer his wife to pay a debt in India. Rape victims can be charged with a crime in Saudi Arabia, and little girls can be married off at any age in Sudan and Saudi Arabia. Women's rights shouldn't just be improving in America, but all around the world.
I think in certain jobs there is still a pay gap between men and women. Personally, I don't think that I experienced it in the jobs that I've done. but I think that it does exist out there. It just depends in what job field that you're in.
The wage gap is narrowing but has barely budged in the last decade, according to the nonprofit Institute for Women's Policy Research. Overall, women earn 80 cents for every dollar earned by men. Female doctors, for example, are paid about $20,000 less a year than male doctors. After listening to everyone's answers during the interviews, my understanding of what it means to be an American is more clear. I can tell you that the definition of what it means to be an American is different for each individual person. For me personally, it means equality. Equality between men and women. There should be no limitations or extra effort put in by women to prove themselves in this society. In the Constitution, it says all men are created equal, and that is something we all need to live by, not just in the sense of gender, but by race and religion as well.